Hey guys and girls, fans around the world. Welcome back to another episode of Soaps and Sass, episode 14.
Hey.
I'm your host, Mama Sass.
And I'm the other host, Baby Sass.
And we are here to talk about the week of April... What is it? I didn't write it. Oh, that's clever. April 7th to 11th. Sorry. Took me a minute.
Yes, and this will be the General Hospital episode.
Yes.
I would say from now on, we believe we'll be splitting the episode into two halves. So one half will be Beyond the Gates, the other will be General Hospital, as it'll be easier for those who listen in to pick whichever one they want to listen to.
Right, at least until we figure out how to keep our comments brief so that we can have a 1 hour podcast instead of like 3 8-hour shows. But anyway, so General Hospital last week, it was until Friday. Friday was
good. There's some good moments Thursday and Friday.
Yes. So let's talk about it. Let me jump right into a recap, and I'm going to start with the stories I don't care about, which I really should stop saying because I'm sure some of y'all care about them. I didn't. This first one I kind of care about. Lois is back.
Hey.
That's all there is to say there, really. Sasha wants to move out, but I think by the end of the conversation she had with Jason, she changed her mind. I'm not 100% clear on if she actually made a decision, but
it seems like she's contemplating staying.
Yep. Joss is back. She has a new assignment at the university. She's supposed to get to know some professor in a class that Emma's in. Don't care.
Not gonna go well.
Kai has decided he's going to get the surgery because he wants to play ball. Don't care. Although I am curious on what Drew thinks he can get out of it.
Right, I was about to say, that's the only part of that storyline that's intriguing to me.
Even then, not sure I care. Jens wants Jordan to work for him. She refuses because, well, she's still in a contract with Laura, but they do set up a plan to get her out of it because she just didn't want to make it easy for Jens.
I don't think Isaiah's going to be happy about that.
Too bad for him.
Especially after she said, he offered me a job. I took it. I'm joking.
Too bad for him. Tompi. And Natalia blows it with her son Marco.
Which was a little...
I care about that a little.
I do. I was disappointed because I was really hoping we'd see the interaction at the house.
Yeah,
but that was a weird letdown.
They jumped that over the weekend because...
That was a letdown.
Yeah, she walked into Jensen's place and it was like, oh, or Marco walked in and then all of a sudden they're over at the Metro Court. It was weird. It was weird. And just in line with that, because again, didn't really care. We didn't make a big pip in the week. Sonny questions Natalia about that afterwards because he did see, they were all at the Metro Court together. He saw her talking to Jens. Last we saw on Friday, he corners Natalia at the bar, and corners is a bit of a stretch, but anyway, he approaches Natalia at the bar and asks what's up with her and Jens. And then next thing you know, they're in her office some day or so later, asking her the same question.
No, same day.
She wasn't wearing the same outfit.
She was, but she was at Pizzulo's. They were at Sonny's office. They weren't.
That's what I said.
You said they were at her office.
Oh, I thought I said his office. But in any case, I don't understand why they had to move the conversation to a new location. But whatever.
Because he's like, I don't want Sidwell to overhear us and yada yada yada.
Sidwell wasn't there, but whatever. Whatever. She explained that they had been married. Sonny says we can't be friends anymore. Okay.
Boo hoo hoo.
Right. We had Emma's case. Actually, before I skip there, Carly goes after Willow after finding out that was in fact moved in with Drew. Dun. Jack encourages her to go and fight. And so, why are you listening to Jack? But anyway, so she does. She goes and she does pick a hell of a fight. So we may come back to that.
May.
Okay, fine. We will come back to that.
Coming back to that because I have a section in there that's got me...
Okay. Also, calm down.
Gotta give the English translation.
Emma's case, we found out because I guess Anna went through the WSB, but Anna managed to unseal the record and find out that Emma broke into the university lab back in Cali to free the animals because they were doing testing on them. The break-in went completely sideways, and they very quickly got caught, and Emma accidentally assaulted the security guard with the crowbar she had used to break into the lab. The whole thing went hush-hush because the university did not want it to get out that they were doing animal testing.
Right.
Which makes sense. But because of that...
Sorry, I know you're still in the recap, but it's like, though they made such a bigger deal out of that than
it was. It was like such a letdown as a story, but okay.
Right, and now knowing that the ADA is after for that is kind of like...
That was... Well, because the ADA has no idea what
right,
it is.
But it's just
But that was my
like...
next point, is that the DA is going after Anna, talking about how she has all these conflicts of interest with Sunny and Jason and yada, 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 now her granddaughter. So Jack warned Anna and Jason, don't care. Then we have... the storyline of the week, in my opinion, because it played out all week as opposed to Carly and Willow, which was just at the very end, was the car accident. So we had more fallout from Rick and Elizabeth's car accident.
And let me say I'm excited for Monday's episode.
Hey, so first of all, let's just say Lucky ain't playing with Christina. Nope. He ain't playing.
No.
He basically tells her, tell your mother and turn yourself in, or forever hold your peace. And I think the only reason he's doing that is because Sam saved Lulu. Otherwise, Christina...
Which is basically what he said.
Oh, did he say it?
He basically said, it's like, I won't do it because, I will forever be grateful to your sister for what she did for my sister. And...
Okay.
And because Christina's going on, it's like, it will break my family. It's like, we already lost the baby. We already lost Sam. It will break them if I go away, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. Christina, I'm not here for it.
No.
Sure. Okay. Ava figures it out.
And he's all... And, sorry. And also Lucky's... I know. But also Lucky's like, you just holding on to that guilt is punishment enough.
Right? Ava figures out the whole thing. She figures out exactly what Christina did. Gets the evidence for what Christina did.
Fills in Rick.
Just not only does she have the car, but she has the video footage from the garage. Well, yeah, we already knew she filled in Rick.
Well,
Rick was like, have her arrested. And Ava's like, no.
Well, I say fills in Rick, but she does fill in Rick about the car and stuff. Mm-hmm. But it's like, why, like, someone tried to kill you, and it's like, they're piecing it together.
No, but I'm skipping ahead. Ava figured it out. She has the evidence. She wants to get paid, so she goes to Alexis, because Alexis holds the purse strings on the Cassadine. Alexis is like, yeah, I don't think so. And as soon as Ava walks out the room, Alexis is like, holy moly, what am I going to do? She does the only thing that she can sensibly do, and I was very glad because I did not think of this. She hires Diane. Absolutely brilliant.
Smart, because you're protected by attorney-client privilege.
Right? Diane has a level head, because that's the thing. When you are in crisis and you can't think what to do, go get somebody who's not so attached to the situation.
Which is...
Diane was the right person.
Right. Which is actually... Alexis says multiple times, because even Diane's like, this is the right... Like, this is the right thing to do. She's like, no, I don't know this is the right thing to do. And it's like, this is exactly why you hired Diane, because Diane can think for you.
Exactly. And on top of that, it's a legal problem. And Diana is a brilliant legal mind. And Diana comes up with a beautiful strategy, which we had all been saying for months. Have Christina committed.
For real.
Alexis was like, I can't do it.
It's like, I can't.
We get it. Your heart can't do it, but you need to.
It's like, I can't do it. I can't. She'd never forgive me. I can't. She'd never agree to it. It's like, you can have her involuntarily committed.
We're going to come back to it. We're going to come back to the details.
Friday.
It's a recap. Hold your peace.
Friday was just that
good. Not forever.
Maybe I should leave this podcast then if you want me to hold my peace forever.
Just stop. So Alexis agrees to have Christina committed. So that is what she gonna do.
Amen.
Okay, now the recap is done. Do you want to get into it?
What kind of question was that? Hell yeah. First off, applause to Diane for her... Yes, applause for her sensibleness and just going through every single step with Alexis and be like... And just being...
Was it 3 murder charges? One attempted...
3 attempted murder.
One for the failed attempt?
One for the failed attempt and then the 2 for the almost.
Yes. Oh, boy.
Right, because we consulted...
Auntie Sass.
Auntie Sass, for those of you who didn't listen to last week's episode of Beyond the Gates, we had Auntie Sass come in and give her opinion, and we stated that Auntie Sass is a lawyer, and so I had asked her a few questions when this had come up about what the charges would be since this is the case, and she said attempted murder, straight up.
Right, well, which I call it as a layperson. I'm like, for sure, I didn't figure it was going to be 3 counts though.
Right,
I knew 2.
And in this, and And then, as Diane had stated, the best case scenario is that they can knock it down to second degree attempted murder, but that's 3 in the state of New York. That's 15 years
minimum. Wee. Whereas Ferncliff,
it's a few months. But also, that gives her the best defense.
Yes, because if she goes in beforehand, it's like, we knew there was an issue,
right?
And we were trying to get it addressed. We saw that she was out of control,
right? So then you could technically plead insanity or whatever you need to plead in the trial.
Yeah,
for Christina's mental health.
But that begs the question for me anyway, and I think the answer is no. But since Alexis knows that her child committed a crime, is she required? And this make a difference, right? As an officer of the court, is she required to turn her daughter in? I think the answer is no.
We'd have to consult Auntie Sass.
And then as a citizen, just as a citizen, never mind, if she weren't a lawyer, would she be required to turn her daughter in? I think the answer, again, is no. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I'm curious.
I feel like it's your civic duty, but you're not mandated to do it. There's if you see a crime, say something, but it's like, see something, say something, but no one abides by that. So it's really on you.
You can report it, but I don't think you have to. Exactly. Right. I think it was more on Ava and Rick to report, but if the police aren't investigating, I mean, I hear this all the time. It's not up to us as citizens to do the job of the officers.
Right. But one of the things I liked that Diane had said, it's like, even if it's like, barring all of like what I just said and the reasons why you should have Christina committed, it's like putting all that aside, it's like, something is wrong.
Yeah.
It's like, she has been in a downward spiral since whatever.
Right? That's why I'm like, you're addressing the situation.
Right.
What she needs is mental help.
Exactly. For me, I'm like, personally, I believe it's been a downward spiral since she saw her dad beating up Dex.
I think it's even before, but go on.
Possibly, but I'm not really seeing any signs in that direction, because really it's once she was pregnant and then leading down that path because fights with her sister and everything. But for me, it really starts with her seeing her dad, beating up Dex, because everyone...
From a trauma perspective, sure.
Right, from a trauma perspective, like, that's when for me, it began, because everyone's like, your father is this, your father is that, and you just put on blinders, and then finally she saw it, and then not 2 days later, she's forgiving her dad, and it's like, come on, writers, I was really hoping you'd drag that out. I was really hoping. It
really wasn't 2 days later, but yeah, I take your point.
Right, and then from then on, it was, custody battles, then falling out the window, losing the baby, her postpartum depression, and then the fights with mom. It's like, and then Sam is like, it's just been downhill ever since.
Absolutely.
So,
but I think it goes back further. This is long before you were watching. When she was a teenager, she was in a physically abusive relationship,
right? Which I remember,
and I don't remember that she got any kind of mental help for that. Then she was in Dawn of Day, right. So, and. Oh, that was Sasha that mentioned that. Sasha mentioned that with respect to Willow, I mean, about how it seems like she's back in another cult and it's Dawn of Drew instead of Dawn of Day.
That was hilarious.
That was hilarious.
That was funny.
But Christina equally was in the cult. She would, so she's been through a number of things, and I don't think she's had professional help. Well, she may have had counseling after the cult. I think she might have been seeing Kevin. I can't quite remember.
Not long enough.
But notwithstanding, this is a bit where the permissive parenting comes in, that we were sort of talking about in Beyond the Gates, is stop cleaning up behind your kids. Natural consequences is such an important part of life. Now, Christina truly may not be strong enough to withstand, but she had presence of mind. She figured some things out. She was crafty enough to start telling Lucky about, this is how this is going to affect my family. Her brain is working more or less just fine. But her emotional state is just garbage, and it's affecting her logic center to a certain extent.
And the fact that Alexis was like, she was sitting there and she's like, I cannot do this. Like, Sonny wouldn't even agree and everything. And it's just Diane.
Diana was breaking it down. Diane was breaking it down.
It's like, well, we know that Sonny has mental health issues.
So he's gonna understand that.
Exactly. And it's just like, again, regardless of what you think, she needs help. She needs to get committed.
Yep. And it's like, your child is out of control.
Right.
And how hard is it as a best friend to see your friend in a situation and knowing that they need to do something differently, and you don't necessarily feel it's your place, or you don't have that opening to speak truth into that and tell them what they need to hear, because certainly Diane is the type of person who absolutely will break it down for you and lay it out.
Yeah.
Right? That she hasn't so far. It's like you were not open to hear it. I couldn't tell you.
And not only that, but she's also like, think of how Molly will react, because it's like, if you don't and this comes out, Molly's going to be like already Molly's gonna be mad, because it's like her sister
tried to kill her father,
right? Not intentionally, but even still, he was the there's a word I'm looking for. He was the unintended target, essentially.
Yeah.
It's like, you didn't mean for it to happen, but it still happened.
And
as
you intentionally did an act.
And as we know, Molly is like, Christina is like, I would say a loose cannon, but
Christina is a loose cannon.
She is, but it's
absolutely the right word.
But but again, this is how it's like, you're always helping Christina. You're never there for me. It's like, you like, and even Molly would be like, no, you've gone too far. I think if Molly found out, she's like, no, I'm sorry, no, I'm having these charges put against you. It's like, no, Christina, I cannot defend you anymore. Like, you've crossed the line you've crossed many lines, but this is a line that's gone too far.
And I wouldn't blame Molly, because and I think she would also sever ties with Alexis and find if she knew that Alexis was aware, because as Alexis pointed out, yes, the girls have reconciled. They're finally making peace, but she acknowledges, and Alexis figured out pretty quick, Christina was doing damage control.
Yeah, she
it's right. Like, maybe she felt sorry.
But she only did because
the motive is now in question because of this act that went before. Yep. She's just trying to cover her behind.
Exactly.
That's not okay.
Nope.
And I mean, I loved, and I might as well just go ahead and say it. I think Diane's going to be my hero of the week.
Yeah.
Because of how she broke it down. Every argument that Alexis came with, Diane was like, Sonny has mental health issues. He already knows that sometimes you have to play the long play, right? You have to think outside the box. 15 years or a few months in Ferncliff.
And as
you know,
she said,
Sonny's going to go for that.
Right, and as Diane said, Christina would not survive in Pentonville.
She would not. And then Sonny would have to make all these other moves to protect his kid in Pentonville? Nah. Let's not do that. She said, Molly's going to lose her mind when she finds out her sister nearly killed her father. However, if you have the girl committed, Molly's going to realize that you are aware Christina's in trouble and you are taking steps to fix that. So that will smooth the path for forgiveness.
Right.
Because Molly's going to, you want them to forgive. You want them to rebuild the relationship. If Christina has any sense, she will come clean tell Molly first.
Which she won't.
Oh, boy. Like, there was just so many arguments. She was just breaking it down. But, I'm like,
but in the end, I like how, like, they were having, like, that final moment of conversation, and Diane's holding her hand, and she's like, I know this is hard, but you need to do it. Let's go. 2 seconds later, commit her.
She goes, think about it.
2 seconds later, commit her. Do it.
You don't have to decide right now. Turns her back to line up some papers. Get it done.
Right? And I'm like, good. So I'm hoping Monday's episode that comes into play.
I hope so.
But if not,
it's gotta be
I will be on the edge of my seat for days waiting for it to happen. And so I can see the look on Christina's face when they're like, Christina Corinthos Davis, you are under arrest, or we are taking whatever,
you're being committed, whatever.
Right, whatever is like. And imagine it happens in front of Molly.
I was just gonna say, I hope it's in front of Molly, because Molly be like, what's going on?
Well, that, and also then, what did you do? Because there's no reason for you to be committed. Like, there's reasons, but there's no immediate reason as to why you should be committed now.
Woo! Hey, that, you're talking about your heartstring of the week? That's almost certainly going to be it. That is almost certainly going to be it. If the actresses play this off right. Oh, my goodness. And I think Christina can deliver. I think Molly, I think so.
The one thing I need is, Christina better have worked on her crying. Because you know she's gonna bawl.
She's terrible crying.
You know she's gonna bawl her eyes out.
That's true. Christina's terrible at crying scenes. I'm kind of also hoping it's in front of Ava, because I want to see the wind taken out of Ava's sails.
Or imagine this. Molly's visiting her dad. Christina stops by to check on Molly and Rick. Ava might just be in the hallway or whatever. Alexis comes in with whoever, and all of them witness her get committed.
Maybe.
Because then Rick is going to look kind of... If Ava's standing in the door, Rick's going to look at Ava and be like,
what did you do?
And Molly's going to be following, being like, what the...
Look at my sister.
Right? Like, it's... Oh.
There's so many ways for this to play out. So many ways.
And honestly, I was going to say... I don't think there could be any way they could do it and I'll be disappointed, but I'm like, they probably could. So I'm just like, writers, do not disappoint in this scene.
Right? And Diane was like, it's going to come to light.
It is.
It's not a if, it's a when.
Right?
You control the narrative.
Because as you know, you're not going to pay off Ava. And Ava's like, you have till 9 a.m. or I'm telling Molly, which will get thwarted by Christina getting committed. Because that might be what it is. Ava might be on her way to go tell Molly when it happens.
Right. So here's the question then, because I was of the impression, and I could be wrong,
that it was the next day.
I really did think it was the next day.
I thought so too, but I thought so too. But then I'm like, no, your suit is still the same, and you're talking about it, so you might have left to whatever, clear your head, and come back.
Right.
Because I'm just like, how are you talking about this and, whatever. So I'm like, I think it's...
See, I gotta pay more attention to these nitpicky details. but I also feel like Alexis only has one suit. I know she doesn't. But it gives that impression. When she's in lawyer mode, she always seems to be wearing this black suit with the leggings. Mm-hmm. Kind of like Laura. Laura only has one pair of shoes. So, I don't know.
But yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's it for me. Podcast done.
Okay.
Because,
right.
I don't really care about Emma. Not really a whole lot to talk about there.
No.
Bully for you. Nothing I really want to talk about with Josh. Oh, but how could I forget? It was it was just Friday's episode, but Carly and Willow, Drew, and Nina.
That showdown, man.
Oh my!
I find it hilarious because they're having their conversation. Nina comes back and it's like, I put on a movie and I turned up the volume, but it'd be best to keep it down.
And they continue to holler off the roof. Oh, I'm like, goodness.
That's where you get noise canceling headphones and it's Bluetooth to the TV, so they're hearing it, but they're not hearing you.
Oh my goodness!
I'm like, that's what you need, because I remember being over at Uncle Sass's place, hanging out because it was game night. Mini game night, and Auntie had come in and was watching Star Trek, but she had her headphones on, and I was like, oh, it's the noise canceling ones, because we were talking and playing our game and she was so focused in the TV, like she couldn't hear us.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, that's what those kids need.
Well, just so you're aware, the headphones I wear are noise canceling, so every time you're talking to me when I'm in a conversation,
yes, I know.
I can't hear you. So anyways.
I know, that's why I stare at you for like 5 minutes until
Lord,
you look over.
I hate that. Okay, but I suppose it's better than you walking over and tapping me on the shoulder and watching me jump and have my little freak out when you scare me half to death. Okay, so that being said, Carly and Willow.
I will come back to that in my own opinion, because again, there's a section.
Oh, we're there. Pick the section. Let's go. What had you hot?
It's like it's a mix of what had me hot and what you do that for.
Let's go.
I appreciate Jason coming in, but Jason, you came in 2 seconds too early.
Okay, then let's go backwards. So, it was it's a little bit where it puts Carly in my villain of the week, a little bit in my what had me hot. Like Carly would in these few scenes, Carly hits so many of these. First of all, she compared Willow to Nell.
Yeah, and I was like, that's a low blow.
I don't know how I feel about that. I
can understand slightly, but it's also like
they're really not the same. Like I don't think they're coming from the same heart.
I'm like two sides of the same coin, essentially, because I'm like, you're twins, but twins have their own personalities and
I mean, I see where she was going about, you know, devious, underhanded, whatever.
Right,
but Nell was wicked.
Right, and as she said,
wicked.
It's like, when it came to Nell, I knew what I was getting into. With you, I don't. So it's like better, like.
Yeah, and this is the thing, and
I also think it was a low blow because her mom was right there.
Well, this is the thing. I'm trying to figure out if she damaged her alliance with Nina by that, because Nina was not prepared.
She was not prepared. And she's like, Carly, that was uncalled for.
It really was.
I saw it coming though.
I didn't.
Like the minute she says, like, you're just like her, it's like, oh, I know where that's going.
I thought she was going to say she was just like Nina.
Nope.
Is what I thought she was going to say.
Nope. I knew immediately she was going Nell. I knew immediately because there had been another point in time where someone had said the exact same thing to Willow about Nell. I don't know if it had been Nina. I don't know if it had been Carly, because I feel like Carly had said it previously as well. Mm-hmm. But somebody made that comment to Willow. Oh.
Maybe Sasha.
No. It wasn't Sasha. No, it was Jocelyn. Jocelyn had made that comment.
Yes.
Which is why I'm like,
yes. Okay.
That's why I saw it coming too. It's like, ooh, like mother, like daughter.
Yeah, well, which is why I would have thought they were compared to Nina. And again, I don't think Nell and Willow had the same heart. I think Nell was just wicked, where I think Willow. Because
misguided.
I always want to think about people's motivations, right?
Right. That's why I'm like, yeah.
I don't know if it's that she's misguided, but to a certain extent, it's a combination of things. I think she's feeling backed into a corner, which makes perfect sense.
Obviously,
I can get with that, but I think it's was it Joss that called this out also with the cult, and Michael mentioned this a little bit. Like this is the storyline, so it's she needs a hero. Right, and the hero is whatever man she's with, kind of thing. And I think she's just so used to being told what to do, which I think Michael did a little bit, but not nearly as much as anybody else. Because it's when Drew is in her ear, she just starts losing her mind and she gets vicious.
Right,
but I'm not sure that Drew was really saying much in this particular argument.
It was more. He was pretty quiet, but it was more like when Nina was saying, it's like, you know, take the kids to see Monica. I think it would do all of them good, and yada yada. And then he's like, are you sure that's a good idea? Get them confused.
Definitely. He did a serpent in the garden again. He pulled 100%. Drew will always wait for the opportunity to get in her ear, and it's like, cut the head off the viper. Can we please?
Right, but he also made a comment, which was like the Michael comment. It's like, well, stop, you know, being a mommy and yada yada. Let him heal.
Needs to stop using his mommy as his mouthpiece and get back here,
right?
And speak for himself. Another low blow, but you know, I'm used to that from Drew, so I don't even blink anymore. But yeah,
it was just shot after shot, man.
It really was. This was like watching Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard or something like that.
Because even Carly went again with the low blow of like child.
That was completely out of order. Oh, Carly, you know, you will never take my children away from me, or whatever. And she's like, no, you ain't got but one child. I was like, Carly, come on.
Yep.
Come on. And
then Drew being like, oh, like you wouldn't know about, you know, being with other people in the same family. It's like, Wola.
No, but
while she might, she never slept with anyone who was married within the same family. Unlike you.
This is true.
Because she wasn't married to AJ and then sleeps with, or it's not like she was with Sonny and AJ was married and she slept with AJ and had Michael. It's not like
exactly.
The only exception to that is again with her mom and Tony. But again, I separate that because it's like she was doing it out of spite, not like she was actually in love with Tony.
No, but it doesn't make Drew's comment less true.
I agree.
Because she slept with Jason, she slept with AJ, she slept with Drew.
I didn't know she slept with Jason. I knew she was in love with Jason. I didn't know she slept with Jason.
Way back in the early.
That makes sense.
So
and now
there is that.
Right. So it's like, yeah, that's true. You've been with every brother.
And I don't know why they don't revisit the storyline, because Jason and Carly were getting married before Sonny came back from Dixon Falls.
Right.
So I don't know why they didn't revisit that story, because that would have been nice. Anyways, be that as it may, just Carly was out of order Willow, I feel for her and I don't, because it's like if you're going to continue to listen to bad advice and you really can't see the wood for the trees or the trees for the woods, I don't know what to do with you, Willow.
No.
It's a great storyline to watch, but Lord, you're making me mad.
Right, which is like, again why.
Go back and talk to Chase again. Chase gave you the best advice.
I was about to say.
And if you had listened to Chase, you would have been in your own place. And Carly even said, like, I will give you a room at the Metro Court if you don't want to go find a house. Because you don't want the children being raised in a hotel. Like, just...
Which is exactly why Drew found a house, because he didn't want to raise Scout in a hotel or whatever.
That's not even remotely why Drew found a house.
I know that's not remotely, but it's one of the reasons.
That story walking. One of the reasons... Girl, don't make me mad. He could tell that story walking. He bought the house because he wanted to be up there with Willow.
I know.
His daughter was just bonus convincing. He don't care about that child, not a lick.
I'm like, Alexis,
well, that's probably not a fair statement.
I'm like, Alexis, you really, really need to get into that mode.
Getting passionate about fictional characters. He don't love that child. No, because it's not a real person.
I'll tell you this. Sam is rolling over in her grave when it comes to her children. She's like, why is this going on with my children? It's like, I asked you guys to take care of my children and be there for my children, and y'all doing this foolishness. The only one who's upholding that is Jason.
Yeah. Yep.
But I will say, still, Jason, you came in 2 seconds too early, because Carly her hand was raised, her hand was in mid-swing.
Oh, that was the other thing that had me confused, but go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Carly had made her comments, and Willow had said, well, you know what, like, about whatever, parenting, whatever, because look what you did. It's like you brought Sonny into Michael's life, and look where it got him. And that apparently was the nail in the coffin, or the straw that broke the camel's back, because next thing you know, Carla's hands raised, she going for the swing, and Jason coming and stopping. And I'm just like, Jason, I've been waiting for a slap. And the last one
is waiting for a slap,
because soap opera slaps are so good.
Listen,
but the last slap I got was not the slap I wanted, and it was a punch.
This would not have been the slap you wanted either. But here's the thing: Willow says to Carly, "You have crossed the line. You were gonna slap me, the mother of your grandchildren,
in my own home." It's like,
and I was like, "That's how you think she crossed the line?"
It's like, you thought you did something bad, like.
That's when Willow lost me. You crossed the line. You compared me to Nell.
But you were...
No, you crossed the line. You were going to slap me. Willow, look, you needed slapping.
But there was a point where you had said there was a look on Willow's face you had never seen before. And you were...
Okay. For real. Carly came with these left hook, right hook, uppercut, jab.
Uppercut?
Let it go. Edit it out in a few months.
I can't cut it out.
I did it. Anyways, Carly hit her with some lines, and with Willow, seriously, Willow had a look. She was upset. She was PO'd. I was just like, because Willow has always been the soft, gentle, reasonable. There were some times where Nina was going at her when Nina was married to Valentine, and it was with Charlotte. Willow never had that look. This time, Willow, man, I was scared for Carly. I was scared for Carly with that look on her face. I know I'm super soft and gentle, and I have had that look on my face before, and it was not good for the person who was on the receiving end. So, yeah, but then when she came out with, "You were going to hit me,"
you lost us.
Really?
It's like the intensity was lost when she said that.
Like, Willow, were you paying attention to the conversation? I don't think you picked the right thing. You gonna hit me, the mother grandchild? Yeah, you, because you need hot lashes. Yep, absolutely. Violence is not the answer, but there's physical violence and there is verbal and emotional violence.
And Carly dished out the verbal and emotional tenfold.
Oh my gosh. But yes, love that look. Great acting, because we've never seen that from Willow before.
Right.
I want to see what that translates to in action. What will she do? Will she somehow get Carly banned from the kids or something? Where's that going to go? So, yeah.
All right, moving on to a happier note. I want to talk about Chase and Brooklyn this week.
Did we see that?
We did, because it was when because
yes, I know we did. Lois came back.
It was.
You go on. It was all of 40 seconds. Go on.
More than. But these two just keep... Oh, my goodness. They keep,
bringing the warm and fuzzies?
Right? And it's just like, y'all keep making me just... You just keep reinforcing my belief in love, man. Because I've been... Oof. That... The world makes me doubt a lot. And when I see those two together, it's just like... maybe I need a chase in my life. I gotta find my own chase.
Are you gonna put some substance behind that statement?
I'm just like, this man is so understanding and just offers like the best advice. But also, he was hilarious when he said, "I'm gonna go help my wife with a deception call." And Olivia's just like, "You what?" I was like, because it's tricky.
Moment of the week?
No, it's one of them. But it's like, yeah, I'm gonna, those can be very tricky. It's like, you got to turn on the microphone and the camera, and you gotta, and like, I was like, that was the worst excuse ever, but it was the best excuse ever. But them just like sitting down and having another heart-to-heart talk about, everything, and Brooklyn finally coming to the realization that she's being a hypocrite, and like just him being like him being like, I see that this distance between you and your mom is so hard, and just giving her advice and just comfort and just everything, and then her being like, I don't know how to get past this with my mom, but again, just talking it out and getting to that point, and then her going to find her mom to talk about it and be like, I'm so sorry, but I now understand. It's like, you were in a situation that you've never been in before, never expected to be in, and you just needed your ma, like I needed my ma. And I'm just like, chase for the win and helping them fix that relationship, because I'm not gonna scream into the mic because you're just, but that is my little scream, because I can't. I just, Lord, send a chase into my life, I beg of you.
All right.
So,
yeah. Do you have a Delulu of the week? Which may be freaking Lulu, but anyway.
A little bit. Because, again, she's just dwelling and almost spilled the beans. But, no. There's no Delulu of the week. I would also like to go into the direction of Natalia and Marco.
Sure. Because
we haven't talked about that yet. Aside from the disappointment of not seeing that Marco interaction, I do like how they sat down and had discussion. But it's also interesting because I'm saddened. Unfortunately, our theory about Allison being Sidwell's daughter is not the case.
Doesn't seem so.
No. But what we were kind of right about the fact that the argument, aside from the reason he dashed his music career is because of him coming out as gay and wanting her to shove it back in the closet. So that was interesting. And it's also interesting how she's like, anyone would be proud to have their child be a lawyer or a doctor or whatever.
You would think.
And she's just like, and as he said, he's been a lawyer for 10 years, and she's just like, you dashed your musical career away and went to work with your father.
Yeah, that made me sad.
That made me sad too, because I'm like, I'm like, that's the
he's
plan.
A bum on the street.
But I'm also like, hey, there was the back. Like, yes, he dashed his career away purposefully because of what you said and the fact that he came out.
And he just didn't want to work with you.
Right. But hey, he found another respectable profession and is doing great at it.
Clearly, yeah.
So that was heartbreaking on a level. And then he's like, and then you go and do the same thing with Ali. It's like, and he's like, I was hoping you changed. And she's like, I have changed it. If you give me the chance. He's like, really? Because we're having the exact same conversation.
But right, and that's it. You can't sit there and talk about you changed, and when you walk in with the exact same argument, not. I mean, Marco said they hadn't seen each other in, what, was it 10 or 15 years? Some ridiculous amount of time. And you don't start with, hey, son, it is really good to see you. You start with a quarrel. I can't believe you're a lawyer, or whatever it was she led with.
I think she did say, I think she did say hi. It's like, thank you for sitting down with me and everything. And but it still led into the quarrel.
Right? Not, what have you been up to? How's your life been?
Right.
No, she just start right in. What a waste.
Right.
Oh, man. Made me mad.
Me too, because even I was hoping, I'm like, please.
You haven't learned. You can say you've learned. You haven't learned.
Because I'm like,
I put you in the same category with Christina there. You haven't learned.
Right. Because, like, for me, when Natalia first came in, I was like, oh, dear Lord, the overbearing mother's going to come in and whatnot. And over the course of the time that she's been on the canvas, she has, like, her character development has gotten better. Not to say that I like her. I can stand her. She has her moments. And from what I've seen with her work with Deception, it's like, okay, you're doing a bang-up job, but it's still like...
Yeah, I think that's about the nicest thing we can say about her. She's a first negotiator.
Yep. So I'm still really interested. I still want Blaze to come back and just see that whole, you know.
Yeah. Well, nurse's ball.
And then my other thing, Tracy, hilarity. First, walks in on Sasha. Where's your baby daddy? Nada. Hello, Sasha. How you doing? How's the baby? Good. Do you know where Jason is? No, just, I need to find your baby daddy. Well, first off, her baby daddy's actually in Germany, but again, y'all don't know that. But second of all, I don't know where he is. Enters Jason. And then Sasha off to the side with her comments, I'll boil you a pot of oil so you can throw it over the wall.
Yeah, Sasha was hilarious this week. Oh, Jason, Tracy's looking for you. Apparently I need to put an Apple tag in your pocket.
Yeah.
That was good. I like that.
I will say, I feel so bad for those movers. Because they just came to do their job. They just came to do their... No. I recognize. You don't know. Go ahead. But they just came to do their job. They don't know the beef that goes on with this family. And then it's like, you have my property, I'm calling the police. I'm out. I ain't touching nothing.
It's not even that. That's not where my head went. Then my head went to Willow again. Give your head a shake. It's an estate. Why you just send people up into the house? Why were you not there to direct them? Why did you not have somebody there to direct them? What kind of tomfoolery is that? No, I don't know if that was supposed to be comedy. I don't know what the writers were thinking. I was not here for that. That was just stupid. No.
Plain and simple.
I don't know what the intention of that was, but it made me mad.
Fair enough.
Unless it was just simply to give Tracy a reason to go and send Carly over. Many other ways to use it, to have that plot point. I didn't like it. If you just want to hire some people because you had extra money in the budget, okay.
But I do like how Tracy's like, go and deal with this. And Carla's like, what the hell am I supposed to do? It's like, well, Jason's supposed to go handle, but I don't think he will. So, figure it out. But it's like, Tracy, I'm with Carly. What do you think Carly's gonna do?
But, okay, so, I get this again. This is my make it make sense. I'm waiting for the writers to make it make sense on what they're going to do with Jason.
Okay.
Because the character of Jason is not making a whole lot of sense.
Okay.
Just at the moment. Right? Okay, so now he's back in the Quartermain house.
Okay.
Which we never expected.
Right.
He's talking all the time. He don't stop talking.
Right.
He's got feelings.
Right.
Which don't make sense. And now you got Tracy telling my man, listen, it was one thing when you were living on your own and you wanted nothing to do with us. But now you are living in this house. You have to step up and protect the family. You have to step up and represent. You are here, therefore you're one of us. So when something's going wrong, you got to come and clean up. Huh? How's that going to work with your job with Sonny? I don't understand.
Well, he did say, he's like, I can't keep living this life. I got a son to take care of, so...
He did say that. So can we get there already? Can we get there? Because right now you're being dragged along with Sonny and his heart condition that he refuses to take care of. And as far as I'm concerned, that's Sonny's problem. He don't want to deal with it. He don't want to deal with it. You have Carly and her foolishness, and you talk about, I don't understand the WSB. I can't anticipate what they're doing. Great, so don't. Carly says she wants to make her own decisions. Let her. But what are you doing with Jason? It's like you're trying to figure out where to put the character. I don't want to go along for that ride. Just figure it out and do it. Execute. It's making me mad. And I think it's also making me mad as a viewer because I can no longer predict what Jason's character is going to do.
Yep.
Like, after you've been watching for a while, it's like... And it was one of my favorite things to argue with Uncle Sass. It was, Carly would never do that. Jason, this character would never do that. That is not the character they've been. That's not what they would say. Now it's like, oh, maybe.
I hear you.
So, it's like Joss. I'm like, I don't understand what Joss is doing.
I don't either.
So, all right. I spend a lot of the time watching the story confused. So far, the only person that seems to be true to themselves is Alexis and Diane.
All right.
And we still don't know where TJ is.
At this point, I don't care.
I don't care, but, like, can we, same way we don't know where Monica is, but we hear her name every minute. I mean, not that we don't know where Monica is, right? But we hear her name every minute. Like, could we just get a mention? TJ's on sabbatical. TJ went to Hawaii, because Hawaii is a beautiful place.
That's Fiji.
Was it Fiji? It's not Fiji.
No, it's not Fiji.
It's Hawaii.
No.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
No, it's not Hawaii.
Tahiti.
Tahiti is a beautiful place. I was like, it's not Hawaii. There's an E in there, but it's not Hawaii.
I love how we got that at the same time. That was awesome.
Because I love it. It's like, Hawaii? No. Fiji? No.
Bali? Maui? It's an E.
It's an E sound. Tahiti. Tahiti is a magical place.
Yes.
I feel like I need to rewatch that now.
That was
so
such
good.
a sidebar. Oh my gosh.
But
yeah. So just a one-liner to explain where TJ has gone. He went to a medical conference, never came back. He transferred to Mercy West. Whatever.
I will say, I'm gonna give props to Cody this week because he called Lulu out on her bull. He's like, I see a call. I don't call when I see one. That's pretty much it. It's like, you use me. There's more to it. Spill. That's it.
Yeah, I don't know that he got the whole story, but okay.
He didn't.
Fair enough.
He didn't because that's obvious.
Yeah.
But I'm still giving Cody his props for calling her out.
Yeah, okay. I'm still wondering if they're gonna get together, but honestly, I surely know I don't want Lulu and Dante back together. Although
I'm just like, for now, I'm like, originally I was like, yes, Lulu, Cody. Now I'm like, no. Stick with Cody and Molly. I know you don't agree, but stick with Cody and Molly. At least that makes more sense.
I don't mind Cody and Molly.
Oh.
It was just I like things to be a little more organic. It's a little too forced and too fast.
No, that's fair, but you can see that relationship. And the relationship is getting better, which is why I'm like, Cody and Molly, just because to me it makes so much more sense. And again, opposites attract.
Right, maybe she'll loosen up a little bit, which would be cool.
I'm like, maybe, just maybe, Cody reminds her of Rafe.
Rafe was not Molly. Rafe was Christina.
No, Rafe was Molly. Rafe was into Molly. Him and TJ had beef because Rafe was into Molly.
Huh.
We had this discussion.
Okay, well, you know what? It's a teen storyline, so it would have been of more interest to you than me. So, okay, I'll give you that one.
Heck yeah.
Who am I thinking of?
I don't know.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
I don't really think so. It was exciting at the end, but it was kind of a week.
I will say, simple comedy moment that we didn't bring up was Diane when Alexis had walked in.
I did have that. Sorry,
I know you did, but
when Alexis was in a good mood that day.
Alexis was not in a good mood that day. Yeah. Well, the whistling was last week. This week, it was that.
No.
It was?
This was Tuesday.
Oh.
I'm going to tell you what it was. Because I wrote it because you told me to.
Right. And right. Because
So, Alexis comes into the office and she's in a good mood. She's trying to whistle.
Right.
And Diane's like, what's wrong? And she's like, what do you mean? I'm in a good mood. And the first thing Diane says is, did Rick die? With a big grin.
Yes, and we're like, damn.
What happened?
It's like, damn,
Last
Diane.
week, Alexis was lying on the floor.
Great, lying on the floor. This week, whistling.
This week, she was trying to whistle.
And then, this week, she's trying to whistle. And then, so, yes, it was the Diane being like, what's wrong? Did Rick die? But also in the fact that she, like, Alexis, again, comes into the office. Diane's like, you missed the deposition of the hour.
Oh, right.
And just not paying attention. And then she's like, what's wrong with you? I need to hire you as my lawyer. And then things got serious.
Holy moly. When she said that, I was not expecting it either, but yeah.
But yeah.
All right. So there we go. Comedy moment of the week. What had me hot? We talked about.
Yep.
What'd you do that for? You talked about make it make sense. We probably covered in some form or fashion.
Yep. My hero of the week in this case will be Chase.
Yep. Villain of the week for me is Carly. I don't know if you had one specifically. I mean, it could be Willow, but it really is Carly.
No.
And Delulu of the week, or Kesekeke.
Delulu of the week will forever be Willow until she gets this matter resolved.
Okay.
But
I think my Delulu of the week, I'm going to give it to Ava for thinking that Alexis would give her the money. What? Lady, please. But, enough said. Let me see. Is there anything else? Any predictions? Anything we want to follow up with? Oh, alternate Delulu? Kai thinking Drew doesn't want anything.
Right?
But I don't really want to.
Because, I like how he says it's like, to Trina, I get you guys have your things about him, but he's been nothing but kind to me. And it's like, yeah, that's part of the ploy, dude. He's been nothing but kind to get you to do the surgery, and then you owe him big time.
Yep, he's gonna spend all this money. He don't know you.
No,
that don't make sense. Actually, I will throw in a mini villain of the week to Trina.
Oh, for her
for running off to her mother because she doesn't want Kai to have the surgery or whatever it is she's gonna say. I think she's out of order. Kai explained to you why he made his decision,
right?
And stop trying to manipulate. I don't.
It's like that's not your place, Trina.
Yeah, I don't like that. I do like Trina, and I think was it this week as well? Speaking of Trina, where the DA went to her and was trying to get more information about Emma. This is before she went to Anna. That could have been the end of last week. I'm not sure.
I think that was the end of last week.
But either way, the DA went to Trina. It's like, you're known as somebody who tells the truth.
Yeah, that was last week.
And I did like how Trina handled that. But, because it's like, I'm not sure what you're trying to get from me, but no, I'm not going to give it to you.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool, but no, I don't like this is like the second or third time she's gone behind Kai's back to try to whatever, and I don't much care for that. All right. I think that's it then.
Alrighty then. So,
thanks for joining us again, ladies and gentlemen, fans around the world.
Amen.
Come back next week for a little more soap.
And a hell of a lot of sass.
Have a great week.
Bye. Bye.